That was wonderful, and lots of surprises there with your guests. And it was all kinds of fun. And then our first poet tonight will be Jason Tobin, and Jason is working with the Bat City Review right now, and he is in the New Writers Project. So, welcome Jason. Thank you.
So much more.
All right, and more to come. Thanks everybody for being here tonight. Thank you Tyler, thank you Joe, Taylor, everybody at Malvern. This place is great. We're so lucky to have this as part of our community. So buy some books too, especially Tyler's book, right? I know there's plenty of them back there, so everybody can take one home. But yeah, just take them, literally take them. No. So I'm going to read probably 7 or 8 poems tonight. I'll start with this one. It's called On Tour. I wet my hair with puddle water and kick a saguaro. That cactus is not native. My dad left mom about 9 months after stricter abortion laws were passed. It's November. I'm of age now and sing baritone in a quartet accompanied by 3 sopranos. Tonight we're crooning old show tunes at the Planned Parenthood in Austin, Texas. Before the show starts, I visit the parlor and bleed for a fortissimo tattoo that I'll grow into. We sing for hours to a crowd of retired pencil manufacturing workers. A midwife on the floor with hands wet from catching a baby says, "It's a girl!" The retirees crowd around and start tugging at the baby, claiming it for their own, so I grab it and rush toward the exit. Once I get across East 7th Street, I remove my fluorescent t-shirt, swaddle the baby in it. It's no longer crying and seems to be asleep. I love autumn every day getting shorter by 2 minutes. All right. This is called Construction Site. I fill the dumpster with textbooks, desks, pencil sharpeners, and file folders. I bulldoze the schoolhouse. I rebuild the schoolhouse from the debris. It would be boss if everyone loved me the way they loved that one actor in that play staged in New Orleans at the beginning of the century whose name the audience forgot. I have a hard time forgetting my parents because I locked them away in my attic years ago and have been slipping them trays of gumbo and dirty rice every other day. Yesterday was the anniversary of my first job. Every new job resists the labor of experience. I was told this country's one big experiment and too soon realized that the cubic yard of sodium bicarbonate I mixed with acetic acid blows up construction sites. But at least it yields a puddle of H2O. I splash a little water on my face, cut off my overgrown fingernails, and make sure to toss them in the dumpster so the witches can't find them. I stuck my fingers in what I thought was a witch last pay period and outsprung a contract. And then another contract, and then a dump truck. I rubbed my eyes and realized that it wasn't at all a dump truck that fell out of that vagina, but more like a Caterpillar front end loader that would stimulate rebuilding efforts. Thanks. Thank you for laughing too, it makes me feel better about myself. This next one's called Francophile Summer. So a lot of what I'm reading is stuff I've been working on the last couple of years. These first poems are on the older side, I would say, and then I've got a couple new ones to finish with. So this one's called Francophile Summer. I flee Tiffany's with a duffel full of ice and euro, cross Pont Neuf to Hotware Peugeot. Baudelaire's in hot pursuit as I blow through Paris and speed south on A6. He lingers as I gas up in Lyon, but give him the slip steering into the foothills of the Rhone Alps. My eyes are glued to the rearview mirror until the car slams into a wall of gneiss outside of Grenoble. I rip out the shabby backseat upholstery and make a fire. Chug the rest of the Bordeaux. Trudging into town, I join the post-structuralists queuing up for blue cheese and toiletry rations. As I make it to the front of the line, Baudelaire shows up, so I have to bolt with only an armload of toilet paper. He shanghais me as I trip and fall on a copy of Les Fleurs du Mal that I'll translate in my jail cell. My plan is to escape to Cannes, where the beaches are covered with umbrellas and golden showers. All right. So this one's a newer poem, actually, that some of you have heard in different forms. It's called External Factors. Watches only leave behind tan lines. All things being equal, wrists are my favorite body part. Son, you've got a warped sense of right and wrong. Aw shucks, Papa, I'm a father now. Let's be defined by what we don't believe in. Keats called it negative culpability. The blank page, a stray sock, a hollow egg. Our authority shaped by a bat suit. The poem as a field of caption. Place signifiers here. Okay. This one's called Empiricism. It's for Sir Isaac Newton. I once was lighter than a knife point, and that symphony is still playing. You're a saint in my spectroscope. The thicket is thick, and we decide to let the elves fend for themselves. I thought things would change, Sir Newton, after your phantom slipped in my bathtub and grew horns. I'm an apple falling to the ground, damn it, now living on the other side of the science wagon. Isaac, I thought I ditched you in the troposphere. When I say sky, I mean sky. When I say dirt, I mean soil. For Christ's sake, you were a knight, and you're buried in Westminster Abbey below the signs of the zodiac. I borrowed alchemy from you, so mercury poisoning can't catch me. Tears contain powerful antibodies. If Monday had a color, it would be Roy G. Biv. I'm trying not to bring apples back into this. You take the apple out of the Newtonian bin, you put it back in. Every morning I place 5 sticks of dynamite and 7 spirit feathers in the tube of your refracting telescope. Will you visit and make my body a prism? Thanks for the news. Sam's the best mooer in town, by the way. He's always mooing at readings, which is really great. Much appreciated. This one's called Chapultepec Park, Mexico City. I'm surrounded by the specters of the Toltecs. They ride in the taxi with me, but only I enter the park. I wrestle with the mezcal and lose, yet win some barbecue. The football's in play at the other end of the field, and my gringo skin is big time seared. You have to declare your position. Local elders advocate for La Virgen de Guadalupe because she was willing to participate. The Quixote fountain, where Sancho Panza wears the face of Diego Rivera. In the far-off past, the Aztecs fell into the bodies of Montezuma cypress trees to chill for hundreds of years. Those cypress don't look right, so I pull out my hatchet and go to work. I black out, and it makes my ears bleed for like 6 hours. Chopping down a tree in a public park will warrant a citation, so I stash my sap-coated hatchet and beat feet into the National Museum of Anthropology. What goes through its doors has to come back out unless you're a Mayan. All right, I'm gonna grab. Drink of water real quick. How's everybody doing? Good? What an exciting night. More rec man back there, sporting the t-shirt. No, oh, I'm sorry. The sleeveless, well, that's not really a tank top though, is it? Okay, whatever you want to call it. So this next poem, I just wrote a couple days ago, actually. I'm in workshop with Dobby Gibson this semester, and he gives a, this guy here, who had an awesome reading this week, which we were all super stoked about. And he gives like a short lecture at the end of every one of our workshops. And this week, the name of his lecture was called We're Fucking Shamans. So this poem is called We're Fucking Shamans for Dobby. Butthole shaman and Dorito shaman and spreadsheet shaman, shaman of spells, liquid shaman, trumpet shaman, Big Bird Shaman, yes, tweaky eyes, yes, dirt under the nails. We collect cow pies from the middle of the street and stash them in our baskets. We walk past midnight in need of a shower. It's 'cause I are not always a nice and understandable gals. We watch the magic happen on the other side of the fjord. Dude, this is the living work. We wrap our bodies with cellophane and roll in ketchup. Primitive sound makers coated in fumes of sandalwood, perched on the fence between skyscrapers and forest, or the edge of homestead and jungle. All right, this is gonna be my last poem. Thanks everybody, thanks for coming out. Lane will be next, and then we move on to Mr. Tiga. This one's called Scars Poetica. Sexy coyote, you're nipping at my ankles is auspicious. I dash across the wasteland and trip on cactus flowers. Burning my way through the mirage, the sun bakes my feet to the ground. Trust that I can keep moving. Coyote, piss on me. Show me how to cut through the prickly pear, glean the cambium, get busy with being between myself. Trust that I am not thirsty. I've sat for days in the steely sun having nothing to show for it except a blistered epidermis and an empty fun pouch. My face turns over the lines in your superstition. I begin to devour what it means to interbreed. Make love to me, coyote. Cover up the shitty wolf tattoo on my back. Work off the starving nerves. Set my vertebrae straight. Push on my back with your paws and make me scratch the desert. All right, thanks everybody.